A fascinating concept, Joe, because a lot of people in the quote-unquote spiritual world, they have this real dysfunctional relationship with money and possessions. And
absolutely.
I have students inside of our academy, and I teach them, how to build businesses and how to start and build brands from their own self. And a lot of times that's the hard thing. And I usually say to them, look, the money allows you to scale your message and help more people. As soon as they see it, then the whole concept of quote-unquote sales becomes more interesting. All of it becomes a means to a greater end of a greater good. But a lot of people see money as this bad thing, dirty thing. But it doesn't have to be, does it?
Not at all. In fact, I wrote a whole book called Attract Money Now.
Right.
I give it away. I mean, anybody watching this can go to attractmoneynow.com. The book is free. And there's 7 steps in there for attracting more money. And the very first one is along the lines of what we're talking about. Because the very first one is about our beliefs about money, and our beliefs about ourselves, our beliefs about deservingness. Because what I have found is that the spiritually snobby people who put down money and take a vow of poverty and so forth don't realize that unconsciously they bought into a limiting belief. And it's a belief I talk about in the book, Attract Money Now. And that belief, I can begin it, and everybody watching this show is going to finish it. Money is the root of all, I don't have to say evil, everybody said it. So let's go a little deeper and look at the law of attraction as it pertains to money. If somebody says, I want money for my business, that's a good reason to have money. But if they unconsciously think money is evil, they're not going to allow that money to come in. Why would you want anything evil in your life? You will not allow money to come in as long as you think it's bad, it's evil, it's going to corrupt you, it'll corrupt other people, it's tainted in some way. This is an unconscious belief that virtually everybody has. So the first thing I do to help people with this, and I want to help your viewers right now with this, is to realize that is a shortened biblical phrase. The longer phrase is, the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. Well, first of all, that's from biblical literature, so we don't know actually what was really said. It's been translated and retranslated, and we end up with this phrase, which may or may not be actually what was written down. But let's look at it even deeper than that. The wealthy people I know, including myself, the healthy, wealthy people I know, are not in love with money. They appreciate money, they use money, they leverage money, but they're not in love with money. That is a huge, massive difference. As soon as somebody realizes, oh, money is actually just a means of exchange that we've agreed on. We don't have to give goat skins in exchange for, milk or something at this point. The old barter system, now we have something called money. Well, it's not bad. It's not evil. It's paper. It's coin. It's nothing. It's a symbol for energy. And so I tell people that when you realize money is neutral, that you don't fall in love with it, but you use it. And what do you use it for? What you were just talking about, to fulfill your dreams, to build your business, to make something of service to people. Money enables you to do all of these different things. There was an author, Arnold Patton, who said this wonderful quote. I wish I had originated this quote. It's so good. But I always give him credit and I always repeat it. The sole purpose of money is to express appreciation. The sole purpose of money is to express appreciation. When I first heard it, I thought, well, there's bound to be an exception to that. And then I started thinking, well, when I pay any bill, it's for something I wanted. I bought a guitar here in London. It's like I wrote a check. I'm really grateful to have that guitar. When I pay my internet bill, or I pay a car payment, or I buy whatever it happens to be, I say thank you. Because the sole purpose of money is to express appreciation. This is an entirely new attitude that I invite people to take on. Because if they change that. When they drop that money is evil, they can allow money to come in.
Right.
When they think that money is a tool for appreciation, now there's a sense of love and gratitude around it. But you don't love money, you use money. These are all big topics, but...
And just that simple dialogue, like you could be in your business right now, in your office, and if you could just change that dialogue with your brain and really truly believe it, that it's no longer evil and dirty, it really would change the course of your business and your life. right?
Absolutely.
This is back to getting a little secret-ish, is
Right.
that really thinking of it different, but what it will do is it'll affect all of the behaviors of other people and your business, right?
Absolutely. But it all begins with you, and it all begins inside of you, and it all begins with your mind, and it all begins with your unconscious mind. These is that what you pull into your life is what you are unconsciously thinking and feeling. So you can sit in your chair and visualize great wealth, and you can say, I'm going to have great wealth, and do all the affirmations consciously. But if unconsciously you think money's bad or money's evil, you're not going to bring it into your life. Or if you do bring some money, you will sabotage it and you'll get rid of it quick. This is why many lottery, I don't know what it's like in London, but over in the States, people win lotteries and they're broke. A year later, they win millions of dollars, and it seems preposterous that they'd be broke, but they've lost all the money. Why? Unconsciously, they still had beliefs that money are bad. So part of my teaching and what I wrote in the book, Attract Money Now, is giving people the awakening. Because just getting aware is going to take them down the road. Becoming aware that money's not bad, money's not evil, that you can use it to extend your dream and fulfill your life mission, opens them up to the idea that, oh, money is okay. I can allow money in. From there, they will then start seeing opportunities that were there all along, but they didn't see them because they had blind spots. Now the unconscious is opened up. It will allow the material to come into the conscious mind. Conscious mind will see the opportunities, and then the person who's having this experience, the leader of the company, the CEO, can then tell everybody around them, here's what we're going to do next. But it all begins on the inside.
Okay, so by consciously making these things aware, hopefully your subconscious will be will kind of lag behind, but also come into the fray, and you'll hopefully change your subconscious by actively, thinking about these things.
Right, and I would delete the word hopefully, because this is actually what happens scientifically, is that when you release that belief, the subconscious mind immediately accepts it. The subconscious mind is only operating from previous programming. And the previous programming from virtually everybody is about lack and limitation, fear, worry, survival. Naturally so. That we're just trying to live here on the planet. But what I and other people are saying is, look, you can not only survive, you can thrive. You can prosper. You can have an exhilarating life. You just have to do a little work. And the little work is about looking at your beliefs, because my rule of thumb is you change your beliefs, you get a different reality.